I'm nothing like my dad.
What is going on, guys? My name is DJ Milez, and on this channel I cover anime. So what am I doing covering a superhero animated show on this channel? Well, in short, if you haven't noticed by now, Invincible has been the talk of the town, not only in the superhero community, but some people in the anime community is talking about it. So I figured, you know what? Let me go ahead and give you my thoughts on Invincible. There has been 7 episodes that has been released out on Amazon Prime. There will be a total of 8 episodes, I believe, so expect a full coverage and review on episode 8 when it drops this Friday on my channel. And for those of you who are still in the dark wondering, well, DJ Milez, what exactly is Invincible all about? Well, let me go ahead and tell you. Invincible is an American adult animated superhero TV series based on the comic book character of the same name by Robert Kirkman. Yes, that Robert Kirkman from The Walking Dead, and this show premiered last month on Amazon Prime Video. The premise focuses on a character named Mark Grayson, who is a normal teenager, except for the fact that his father, Nolan, is basically Superman, aka, or in this universe, Omni-Man. And shortly after getting our character introduction of Mark, we see him develop his own powers, and then the story of Invincible follows these two characters very closely. Now, without diving too much into spoilers here, Omni-Man, who's basically the Superman of this universe, has a mystique aura about him, and you really don't know what is happening with this character. Well, up until you see the very last minutes of episode 1, and again, without diving into any spoilers, it gets violent, it gets dark, and I'm talking in terms of the violence, we're talking the boys' levels of violence. And episodes 2 through 7, it does not let up. Despite it looking like a DC animated film or a Saturday morning cartoon, it is anything but that. Now, the caveat to all this is because it is a superhero show, at the end of the day, there are going to be superhero tropes that we've come and heard so many times. I mean, there's so many beat-by-beat story threads with Mark, who is Invincible, that just has the teenage drama, for better and for worse, that you get when you watch something like this. And even though it's treading on familiar grounds, because it is violent at times, well, many times while you're watching this show, it still comes out to be very comedic with the gruesomeness. And I feel like some of it is done intentionally because I think Robert Kirkman just has that, well, I mean, the man has done The Walking Dead, so he has that cruel sense of humor, I would say. The premise is still interesting enough to captivate you, to keep on wondering or scratch that itch. Ooh, what's going to happen with each episode? Speaking of the episodes, this show is pretty lengthy. This isn't a 20 to 30 minute show. Each episode averages around 42 to 44 minutes, and much like superhero stingers, stay to the credits because they always do something leading and foreshadowing things that segues into the following episodes. One of the other things that has stood out to me with Invincible is the voice acting. I am surprised with how many great actors are in this and how many of them sound really committed into their roles. You have Steven Yeun, who plays Mark, and again, if that name sounds familiar, well, he's Glenn from The Walking Dead. And then you have people like John Hamm, Ezra Miller, who we know was the Flash, J.K. Simmons, who plays Omni-Man. And I really want to give a shout out to J.K. Simmons because many people obviously know what he sounds like, J. Jonah Jameson, and he does a fantastic job playing the role as Omni-Man. So the animation is on point, the voice acting is great, the premise, while generic, is dark enough to leave you in places that you would not expect with this show. And let me just go ahead and quickly talk about one of the things that happened, I believe in episode 7 or episode 6. So if you do not want to be spoiled, go ahead and tune out in 3, 2, 1. I love the reveal when Mark finally told his girlfriend the truth that he was invincible. And well, this is basically how it played out.
You lied. You didn't tell me you were a superhero.
Secret identity. I almost died.
I needed you to be there, like you said you would.
And you know what's really funny about this video is that it's so spot on. I couldn't believe that the girlfriend knew that Mark was invincible, and she still comes out with this audacity about, but you just lied to me. It's like, hello, Lady, I'm saving the world and you're angry that I lied to you? Oh my god, man. So something like that was a little frustrating to watch, but it was also really hilarious because, again, I don't know if this is Robert Kirkman's just parody and knockoff on superheroes, and it might bother some people, but for me, I think it's really brilliant. Not to mention, well, if you're already at this point in the video, you know that Omni-Man killed the Justice League equivalent of this universe, and I love how Immortal came back for round 2. You were thinking he would do something more profound or really whoop Omni-Man's ass, but nope, he goes out in a gruesome Mortal Kombat fatality fashion, and oh man, the thing I'm so captivated with Omni-Man is that, you know, they said in episode 1 or episode 2 that, you know, he came from, well, Krypton, and all these people in his planet go out to different planets so that they can help them. And really, the only thing I'm going to deduct is that that's probably full of shit. The thing that I'm really fascinated with is that, well, if Omni-Man is a straight up villain, and we've seen him be a straight up villain, there's so many moments while you're watching this that, well, he still loves his wife. He still loves his son Mark, even though he's a bit harsh on him because now, you know, Mark has superpowers and he's invincible. Yeah, he's bad and I should be rooting for him, but why hasn't he gone full-blown evil just yet? And I can't wait to see how the final episode is going to dive into that. And I know this is based off a comic series, and I know it's not a DC Comics. If someone can mention in the comments down below where it's from publishing-wise, that'd be great. But I know that they have been deviating some stuff from the source material. So for people who have actually read the Invincible comics, are you upset with the changes that they made, or have they turned out to be better than expected with the route that they've chosen? One final thing, I heard Amazon, because they're on a roll, and well, we saw how well the boys have done for them, and we see how gruesome and violent Invincible is. They want to do a live action of Invincible, but Invincible, especially with what happened in episode 7, I don't see how they can really replicate that violence into a live action series. I think it's Seth Rogen who is actually writing the script for the boys. Someone also let me know in the comments down below. I'm not too sure about that. But Seth Rogen was also one of the voice actors in one of the earlier episodes, so it seems to be falling in line with what I've heard. But nevertheless, I don't know how a live action is going to work, because I know the boys got violent, but what I see here in Invincible, they get really, really gruesome. So any of you who are interested in a live action version of Invincible, let me know in the comments down below, but I definitely prefer and enjoy what I'm watching with this. For those of you who have seen Invincible, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. And for those of you who haven't heard of Invincible, but now is captivated by this review, also let me know in the comments down below. If you got some value and entertainment, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel for more anime content and animated content. My name is DJ Milez, and as I always say, to be continued, take care.